Hey everyone, it's Child of Zeus here, and it's been a while since I uploaded a video on this channel, mainly because I don't really know what to upload, I guess. I don't really know, what to make videos about, so that's why I've been kind of absent, but I do want to try and get more videos on here, and I got in the mood to make a video tonight, so I decided to go ahead and make one. And I did get a suggestion from somebody a while back to make a video talking about how I found this path and how I became Hellenic Polytheist, so that's what this video is going to be about. And also, before I start the video, I did switch cameras. I'm using my webcam now, so sorry if the audio is kind of weird or the video quality isn't that good. That's why I'm using a different camera than I used to, because I used to use my old phone, but my new phone, it can record videos of course, but it's not that good at recording selfie videos. It's too close to your face, and you can't zoom out, and even when I extend my arms fully, it's still too close, and I don't have anything to to make it lean against so I can film myself. So that's why I'm using my webcam now to film videos. But anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, so I don't want to ramble too much. And sorry if I sound a bit rushed. It's because I don't want this video to be that long. So anyway, so how I found this path. So I was raised Christian, but my parents were never really strict Christians. They believe in Christianity, but they've never been really strict Christians that go to church every Sunday and always read the Bible. Neither of my parents ever read the Bible or even go to church ever. My grandparents, though, they're more strict. They go to church every Sunday and everything, and they always read the Bible every day. And I did stay with them a lot as a kid, so I did go to church sometimes with them. So, I was raised Christian, and I believed it, because that's what I was taught. But it wasn't until middle school I started questioning things, and I kind of branched away from Christianity and started exploring other beliefs. And for a while I didn't have a religion, really. I decided to leave Christianity, I didn't believe that anymore. And this was around when I was about 13, I think. 13 or 14 is when I decided to leave Christianity. And so for a few years I was looking for my, a religion that spoke to me, I guess. And in high school I still didn't really find anything. During the first couple years of high school, it wasn't until my junior year when I started looking more, and it wasn't until my junior year I discovered paganism. And really shortly before I discovered paganism, and I was still looking for a religion, I knew that I wanted an earth-based religion, because I've always been really connected with the earth and connected with nature and everything, and I've always been really interested in mythology, as most people call it, namely Greek mythology. I've always been really interested in all of that and all those stories and everything. And so I knew I really wanted an earth-based religion, and really nature-based. And even before I discovered paganism, I still pretty much worshipped the old gods, as they call them. And I believed in the gods from, like I said, what most people call mythology. I don't really like to use the word mythology too much, but that's what most people call it. But anyway, so then I discovered paganism, and I discovered that people still worship the gods that the ancient people did, and that a lot of forms of paganism, mainly neo-paganism, are very earth-based and earth-centered and nature, centered religions. And so I started off actually as Celtic pagan, and I was Celtic pagan for years, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe like 4 years. I don't really know exactly how many years I was Celtic pagan, but I started off Celtic pagan, even though I've always been mainly connected with the Greek gods, but I've always loved Celtic things too, so I decided to start off Celtic pagan. And then after a few years of being Celtic pagan, I decided to switch to Wicca, because I had a friend who was Wiccan, and I felt like Wicca was more like what I was looking for, I guess, in terms of like being very nature focused and everything. I felt like Wicca was more up my alley, I guess. So I decided to become Eclectic Wiccan, and so I was Eclectic Wiccan for about 2 years, and then I decided to leave Wicca for a few reasons. Nothing bad, I just decided to leave Wicca, and I became Eclectic neo-pagan for a few months. Yeah, just a few months I became Eclectic neo-pagan. I was kind of trying to find a path that really spoke to me, that I knew was right for me. So I just kind of called myself Eclectic neo-pagan at the time, because I was kind of experimenting with various beliefs and various types of paganism. So I just, called myself Eclectic neo-pagan. And the two cultures and the two religions that spoke to me the most were Greek and Celtic. And that's how it's always been. Greek and Celtic have always been the ones that spoke to me the most, but primarily Greek. So I discovered Hellenism, and actually I had discovered Hellenism or Hellenic Polytheism prior to this point in time, but I thought about Hellenism again, I should say. I thought about Hellenism again, and I started doing more research about it and looking up more things about it, and I just felt like, this is the path for me. I'm meant to follow this path. The Greek gods have always been with me all my life, and I've connected with them more than any other pantheon, and I just felt like that was the path right for me, so I decided to follow it. And this was almost a year ago now, and I've stuck with it, and I love it, and this is my path that I'm meant to follow, and so I'm happy with it, and I finally found the religion that speaks to me the most. So that's how I became Hellenist and how I found my path. I still feel connected with the Celtic religion too, but I don't practice it, like I don't worship the Celtic gods or anything, but I still do feel a connection with them too. And as far as like my like magic practices go, because I do practice magic too, the magic I practice is more like Celtic based, I guess. Like it's like Celtic magic, I guess, or I guess you'd call it. But my magic practices I keep separate from my religion and worship. My religion and worship is strictly Greek, but my magic practices and divination are Celtic and Greek. Well, my magic practices, like, witchcraft and everything, is mainly just Celtic, but my divination is sometimes, more like Greek, like, like the oracle type things, so, or, like the oracle of Delphi, and more like Greek based. But anyway, so this video is almost 10 minutes. I didn't really want it to be this long, but But I think I'm pretty much done. That's pretty much how I found this path and everything. So I think I'll cut the video off here, and I hope you enjoyed it and everything. And I'll make more videos soon. I might make a couple more tonight, actually. So yeah, I guess that's about it. So